my God, I don't want to get canceled on my first YouTube video. I don't want 40-year-old man with a beard that may consider themselves a trans woman. I don't want you in the girls' restroom, no.
Do you feel like acceptance towards trans people is better now than then?
You cannot expect to go to a woman's gym and change in front of women having your out. Rapper dolls love the girls. Once I'm there, Iggy pulls me aside. He's like, so what's the tea with? He said he won't be in any scenes with you and he wants you like out. Every single surgery, aside from my first boob job, has been free.
Because you're famous.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me. Wait for Christian.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited for today.
Really?
Yes, thank you.
We were out really late yesterday, so I was like, oh my gosh. I woke up like this. I cannot be late again.
No, it worked out.
Watch me text him. Can we do tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute in here. It's so clean.
It's clean. Okay.
Oh my gosh, compared to my apartment, it's spotless.
Thank you so much for doing this and inviting me here. I mean, you're such a big name in the queer community and you've been such a trailblazer in the trans community for so long. And I've known about you for so long that like being here and talking with you.
I'm excited because like I said, I haven't done a YouTube video in so long. So maybe this will inspire me to get it, you know.
Yes, we need you back.
Yeah, get me back in the game.
Why do you not make YouTube videos anymore?
I mean, I stopped YouTube about 3-4 years ago. I felt out of love with the amount of effort that I would make towards the videos and not the same return.
It does take so much time.
Girl, like I film a 10-second video on TikTok and get like 20 million views, but I'll take 5 days filming and editing a video and like get not even like a percentage of that.
Because you haven't posted for so long, like what is your job right now?
So my entire job up until I was like 26, 27 was TikTok and Instagram and social media and stuff. But for a while, like all this stuff started to die down. Like I was like, girl.
Your views?
Not my views, but my brand deals. And I'm like, oh my God, like shit. Okay,
that's stressful.
I guess we'll take it on my savings this month, I guess. Okay. I got reached out by my agency about the OnlyFans stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe it's time because if I have a following, why not?
Your agency told you to make an OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm.
How interesting. Is it like a social media agency?
Yeah.
And they're like, you can make a lot of money with an OnlyFans?
Yes. I mean, here's how much I've made.
So no wonder you're like, YouTube, I don't care. What was your first post you did on OnlyFans?
I mean, it was me.
Naked.
It was me.
Are you naked OnlyFans?
I mean, you gotta subscribe to find out, doll. So the baby is at my mom's house, his son. So this is the only time you'll see it this clean, honestly.
Wait, so you're now a mom? You call yourself a mom, or like, or a stepmom, or like, what is the?
I'm a stepmom. Yeah.
And are you guys married?
Not yet. We're
engaged.
Yeah.
How long have you been dating for now?
It'll be a year and like a week. Show the tattoo. Here, I'm gonna turn off the AC. That
okay.
Will have.
Okay. There it is.
Yep. I think we had known each other for like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, when you know, you know.
It's love at first sight.
Literally, when she pulled up in her little pink car at the airport, I was like, oh my God. And we started making out on her trunk, you know what I mean?
Wait, I love it.
Immediately.
You are from Mexico.
I am. I was born in Mexico.
In Mazatlan?
Mazatlan, yeah. Every Mexican actually has a birthmark right here.
Really?
Yeah, like if someone's born in Mexico, they have this. It's like an injection.
And when did you move to the States?
I was like 4 or 3, I think.
Did you grow up, like, do you speak Spanish? Did you grow up, like, still within that culture?
Yeah, like, I mean, Spanish is my first language. I feel like I'm Mexican first and I'm trans second.
Before we continue the episode, I want to say a big thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring today's episode. Surfshark is a software that helps secure your access to the internet by establishing a private and protected connection. I do a ton of traveling on my show, and I always book my plane tickets using Surfshark because tickets can really be a lot cheaper. For instance, when I look up flights for a trip to Texas that I'm taking on my computer with no VPN, the flight I would want is $518 round trip. But on my phone, with Surfshark enabled, the same flight is $432. Another great reason to use a VPN is if you use public Wi-Fis a lot. I'm always in airports and public places, and those public Wi-Fis are known to be a goldmine for hackers. So using my VPN keeps my passwords, usernames, and other sensitive information secure. I've already been hacked once, and trust me, I don't want it to happen again. I also love using Surfshark because you can use it on all your devices with unlimited device login. And there's really literally no risk trying it out because Surfshark offers you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're interested, click the link in the description and use code MattCullen and get an extra 3 months for free. Thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's episode, and now I really need to go buy this plane ticket, so back to the video. At 16, you were in Vogue.
Just wanted to do something with my life, you know what I mean? And like I said, I grew up an immigrant. I never had my own room growing up, if you get the idea, you know? Like, I always slept on the couch. When I was like 16, I would just like go on all these like auditions, and like eventually I started doing little photo shoots here and there, and then they submitted those photos to Vogue and they accepted them, and like I was like, oh shit, bitch, like it worked out.
You've always had that drive and that hunger to be like known.
I wanted to be known, yeah.
And look where you are now. It's just crazy. It's like you always knew that this was part of your path.
I guess so, yeah.
Take me back to that conversation where you told your family.
I never told them.
You never told them.
We never had that conversation ever.
But
I never came out. 3 months into my hormones, my mom saw me like shirtless, and like she just freaked out.
what did she say?
She was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you're doing this. Like, and then she told everybody. And at that point, I was flip-flopping through houses. I would go from my mom's house to my sister's house to my dad's house. No one wanted me to live with them at that point.
So wait, let me just, okay, so for clarity, you were starting hormones knowing that your body was going to change, but not telling your family and just waiting for the moment that they would notice.
Yeah, like I just wanted to look good before anyone even found out, you know? It's like, how am I gonna tell someone I'm trans and still look like a boy? You know, they're not gonna get it. Like, I wanted to look good. So I convinced my mom to take me to get the surgery done. She drove me to get it done. And then once I actually got it done, she wasn't there to pick me up. I woke up from surgery and like the nurses were like, where's your mom? No one's answering.
Oh no.
It was really traumatizing. I'm laughing about it now, but it was really traumatizing. Like, they ended up taking me home when like the nurses were nice enough to take me home. And once I got home, all my shit was like in the front porch.
Were they kicking you out?
Oh yeah, they kicked me out.
While you were recovering from surgery?
The same day.
Where did you go?
I slept in my car. At that point, I think I would have done the same thing if my kid did that, right?
That's interesting to hear.
Yeah, of course. Like, imagine they've never met a trans person. They don't know what trans is. Their son is getting a boob job. It was my job to show them and to change their perspectives.
So do you think that if you would have told them beforehand, like, this is what I'm going through, this is what I want to do, and involved them in that process, that the journey would have been different with them accepting you?
No, I think it would have been worse.
They wouldn't have let you even go there.
Exactly.
Do you think that your acceptance by like the world and your fans helped your family learn to accept you?
I thought that would be it, but it never impressed them. I think the family thing really changed like dramatically during COVID. One of my aunts passed away during COVID, and it really like reminded my family, like, oh my God, like this is all we have, you know, and like we need to love each other now because we don't know when it's gonna end.
COVID, you know, brought so much heartache and devastation to our world, and to see the flip side of it on how, you know, it brought you and your family closer together it's a beautiful way of looking at COVID, you know?
Yeah, I'm just grateful for my family.
You're kind of big on TikTok, right? As a teacher.
Yeah.
When going public with dating her, like how did that look for your career as a teacher?
I moved here, right, as soon as we started dating. Like, the summer had hit in Texas, and I didn't really get any of like, I guess like the blowback or anything like that from dating her.
Yeah.
You know, Texas is a little bit more conservative.
Yeah.
But here, like, students don't, you know what I mean? Students think it's cool. They recognized her before they recognized me. They were like, they saw her like on my phone, like background, and they're like, is that Eden the doll? I was like, yeah. They're like, why is that your background? I was like, that's actually my girlfriend.
I've been fascinated to talk with you because I feel like when you did YouTube back in the day, the times for
There was 5 of us.
those times, like, even though they were before these times, like, it wasn't as tumultuous for trans people as it is nowadays. Do you feel like acceptance towards trans people is better now than then?
Oh my God, I don't want to get canceled on my first YouTube video.
Wait, no, we're just being honest here.
I feel like the word trans has completely diverted from what I thought it was when I was younger to what it is today. To be trans, you don't even have to transition nowadays, right? Is it easier for us now? Yes, in the ways that, like, if I tell someone I'm trans, they know what it is. But there's also a lot of negative stigma now because of how big the umbrella term is and how that's affected everything, I think.
You're referencing like the non-binary people falling into the trans umbrella.
Yes. I still don't understand it completely, but I'm not against it because I can't judge other people for what they do with their bodies. What I can judge them for is how they choose to express themselves when it comes to advocating and stuff. I don't like the extremists being scary and making it harder for us.
You're saying, like, for instance, if a non-binary person...
I don't want a full-grown 40-year-old man with a beard that has never seeing a hormone in their life that may consider themselves a trans woman, I don't want you in the girls' restroom. No, absolutely not. You need to earn your spot there. Even I didn't walk into a girls' restroom on day one of my transition. That's just not, and I didn't expect people to call me a woman or she. Day one into it, no, you have to like work your ass off to get to that point. You can't expect people to call you by the pronoun that you want to be called if you don't look the way that you're supposed to. And that's just me being honest, you know, like we want to live in a delusion where like we want everyone to, what's your pronoun? Like, no, that's never going to happen. And we have to be realistic. And I feel like that's where we're losing with the whole TikTok and the new movement. We're losing realism. How are you going to go to Starbucks and get mad at the person working and start recording them because they didn't call you a they, them, when you literally look like a lesbian with purple hair? You cannot expect to go to a woman's gym and change in front of women having your out. And I understand that not all women look a certain way. I understand that not all trans women have to be on hormones. Not all trans women can be on hormones. Not all trans women have to have long hair. You don't have to have the fake body or fake everything. I get that. But we have to be realistic. Even now, like, I think as a transsexual, I think I like to call myself that now as opposed to a transgender person, because transgender can mean anything nowadays, right? But a transsexual is someone who undergoes the physical alterations to change their gender. They've had breasts, they've had surgeries, right? And I align myself more with that now because I'm a trans femme queen.
I think that we're in times right now where it's so amazing that it's being encouraged for people to explore their gender and not be so, I'm a man, I'm a woman. And that is refreshing, but it is new and it's
just new. Maybe that's the right way to put it. And it's just new. It's not that I don't agree, I just don't understand.
You have been very vocal about your surgeries. I know that's kind of a thing like that you would talk a lot about your interviews, and it'd always be the clickbait on your interviews, and it's cost you a lot of money, right?
Every single surgery, aside from my first boob job, has been free.
Because you're famous.
Every surgery has been free because I'm a businesswoman first. With like every surgery that I've had, like you could work out with the doctors, especially if you record it on YouTube, and like, why would you do it for free, right?
Especially because you have such a big trans woman following, and a lot of them want to look like you because you're absolutely beautiful.
That's my selling point. I'm like, dude, if I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna send you at least 100 trans girls, and you better be good with trans people. You better know how to do this. You know what I mean? So that really helped.
Can we get into the unfortunate incident of the transphobic attack that you went through?
I hate that.
You want to talk about it?
No, let's talk about it because we have to talk about it.
Beaten, robbed, and ridiculed, a transgender YouTube star and her friends were the victims of a violent hate crime in Hollywood, all caught on camera.
Do you mind if we rewind and go to that night?
Let's do it. This guy's hitting on me, let him go, whatever. We see him again. He tries to steal my phone.
So the phone or what happened?
He runs away with it. They run after him.
What the fuck? That's so strange.
We get my phone back, and then there's guys around him recording, and then they start yelling out that we're trannies and all this stuff, and then it clicks in his head.
Oh, shit. Damn.
You know what shocked me about the video is that other people were watching or passing by and didn't.
It was helping.
Why are y'all just sitting here
No,
recording?
the police were that way.
There's nothing.
What else do y'all want to do?
And everyone's yelling Black Lives Matter and kill those black bitches and like all this stuff.
And they were saying Black Lives Matter, but there was black trans women getting beat.
And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter and you're sitting a black woman who's on the floor?
Everyone's just like, kill them, beat them up. I'm just on the phone sitting there with my friend unconscious on the floor, sitting on the phone with the cops, and then no one's coming. And like, it felt like a movie. Like, it just felt like out of body experience. I just couldn't believe what was going on. I couldn't believe this was happening, and I felt it was all my fault.
Did you think that part of the reason why you weren't hurt is because you aren't black? In
retrospect, and the more that I learned afterwards, yes, that's the reason I wasn't hurt. Yeah.
Because black trans women, I hate even saying it, but they're a target.
It was another black guy, and I feel like if he would have hit the white girl, the white blonde girl, it would have been a different story, right? And maybe people would have helped, but because he's hitting another black woman, that's more accepted. And then on top of that, it's a black man, right? Hitting another black man. And like, I felt like it was up to me to make it right, because no one would have cared or listened to the story if it was just them. But the only reason it was getting in the public because YouTuber this, Eden the doll got beat up. Eden the doll and friends. No one ever mentioned their names. It was just Eden the doll and friends that made them feel shittier. You know what I mean? And then it was like, okay, now it's up to me. I need to make sure this guy goes to jail.
Did your friends resent you for that? That they were using your name as the reason into the story?
It all happened because I posted about it, and I feel like I really directed the story to them. In every interview that we did, everything, I made sure them to be in it. They never asked for them to be in it. I brought them to everything, every sit down, everything that I did, they were there because I made sure of it.
I know that I'm so privileged because I am a YouTuber and because people know who I am, but this happens all the time to women like me who aren't on social media, but we need this to stop.
That really changed my life for the better because I thought I was invincible before, and I thought I was so unclockable and it'll never happen to me. And I see the stories, that'll just never happen to me. I don't have to worry about that. And that woke me up and that gave me a purpose bigger than what I thought I had before. Before it was just about being pretty and posting about my surgeries, right? Now it's about saving lives and about advocating for everybody.
Sorry, wait. Yeah, no, we'll stop it. Sorry. Do your guy friends, are they asking questions, or are they just, you just seem like you're super, liberal and with it, so you're not, concerned with that kind of stuff. But I am curious, how other straight guys handle you dating a trans girl.
My friends are pretty conservative. My best friend is a conservative. One of my other friends, kind of gangster, you know what I mean? Been in and out of prison and stuff like that. So they have, a different view. In the back of their head, they probably consider me gay, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But, they are, you know what I mean? Super nice.
They all voted for Trump. And
yeah, they all voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're going to get my best friends, blah, 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 prepare me for it. And I'm okay. But I ended up loving them. And me and his friends talk just as much as he does with them, So
amazing.
I feel like it just takes getting to know one of us to, fully change your perspective. It's just, you can't deny that,
Yeah, because you can't deny, hello, yes.
Do the guys that you date, are they always straight guys that you're the first trans girl they're dating?
A lot of the times the people that I meet have never been with a trans girl or never saw themselves with a trans girl, and I just open their eyes and stuff.
I think it's finally starting to become accepted for straight guys to date trans girls.
Yeah, because there's hot trans girls out there that are changing it for everybody. You know what I mean?
The hottest.
Every social media guy has been with at least one trans girl.
Do a lot of rappers DM you?
Oh yeah. Rapper dolls love the girls. Oh yeah, obsessed with me. Oh, actually, I will talk about that. Actually,
I don't want to put his name because I don't.
No, I can talk about him.
But
so I did a music video with Iggy Azalea. Read the call sheet, right? Her name, then me, and I'm like, oh.
Because we know the rumors about him.
I know the rumors, and he's DM'd me before because but I didn't respond. Then he unsent it, but you can still see that there's a request. Anyway, I'm like, okay, so the doll knows who I am. So I don't know, let's go into this blindly. Maybe he'll be nice, whatever, right? Once I'm there, Iggy pulls me aside. And I'll say this now because Iggy unfollowed me recently. I don't know why, but I think because I had a falling out with her makeup artist. She's like, so what's the tea with? And I'm like, what? There's no tea. She's like, really? He said that? He said he won't be in any scenes with you and he wants you out and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, doesn't want to come out of his trailer if you're here and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, damn, what a fucking This is, I think, what a chaser is, right? A chaser is somebody who comes after the girls, but when they're in a public place, they deny that they like the girls. Clearly, everyone knows his tea, right? At that point, you're coming for my money. If you don't want me in the music video, and I drove all the way here and stuff, and I shot all my scenes, and then now that you have to be in a scene with me, you don't want to be in it. You're purposely going out of your way to stop a trans girl from getting a bag. A few months later, the video comes out. I'm completely cut from it. I was in the video for 0.1 second. in the very, very last tip, and then like just in the little corner. Iggy was at least nice enough to like do a dedicated post about me, but it was just nice because I did look up to her, and I thought that was cool that she went out of her way to make a whole post about me.
This has been so interesting and like everything and more than I could have wanted interviewing you and talking with you. I honestly just feel like I'm talking with a friend, so it feels so natural.
I love you already. Like
me too. We need to stay in touch and hang out. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Like I love that what you're doing for our community. I love that you're not only showing like, you know, drag queens but trans women. You're really like going out of your way to show every single walk of life and every single story.
I really appreciate that. Like hearing from, you know, people that are as established as you are, that, you know, my work is resonating with you and that you think it's important, like that.
And I'm humbled that you're here.
No.
Like, but yeah, like I love that you're here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. You did amazing. What do we